What's up, guys, and welcome back to Let's Play Elden Ring Kita Edition! Alright, we're back here at the Table of Lost Grace and the Round Table Hold, and we got some lore stuff to do here, some people to talk to. Wait a second, Two Fingers, you look different right now. Before you're kind of like doing this other thing, now you're doing a totally different pose. What's going on?
Well, you managed to return. You know what this means. The Earth Tree has spurned you. The fingers remain still, shaken by this turn of events. They are busy consulting the greater will. When they are finished, the fingers will again offer their guidance. But thousands, if not tens of thousands, of moons must first pass. No matter for me, but you. How will you ever manage the wait? My, oh my.
Huh. I thought the Two Fingers knew everything. I thought they were dialed in. What's going on here? You know what? Fuck it. I want to burn the impenetrable thorns.
Heavens forbid. That is not the domain of mere men. The burning of the Earth Tree is the first cardinal sin. And you say you seek the power of the Rune of Death too? The Rune of Death goes by two names. The other is Destined Death. The forbidden shadow plucked from the Golden Order upon its creation. Unleashing the rune now would be unthinkable. The fingers would never permit it. Nor would the greater will. But here we are. The fingers dormant, severing our link to the greater will. The realm and all life in ruins. Impossible events transpire beyond the ken of the fingers. Who is to say that the cardinal sin must be cardinal forever? Go on. Finish the job. Take the course you deem most worthy.
Damn right. It's amazing how even she's like, I mean, they told us to do this thing, and it didn't work out, so screw it. How to burn thorns.
You must find kindling. Only the smoldering flame in the great forge of the giants on the highest peak in the lands between can burn the Earth Tree. But special kindling is required to reignite the flame. For the flame to burn the Earth Tree, a sacrifice is needed of one who envisions the flame and can lead you to the Rune of Death. You must find only the
What if I burn myself instead? Like in Dark Souls. Okay. So, let's look at the remember stuff from Morgott. Morgott's cursed sword, which we saw that was within the cane. Warped blade of shifting hue used by Morgott, the Omen King. The cursed blood that Morgott recanted and sealed away reformed into this blade. Okay, referring to himself, I'm assuming. Brace, then charge forward to deliver a downwards diagonal slice. Cursed blood slice. And Regal Omen Baron. Oh, I meant to look up what Baron means. Hold on. Okay, so Baron is Scottish or Northern English for a child. So Regal Omen child, essentially. You can see those omens those horns coming everywhere out of it. Doll of a curse-born Baron from the Erd Tree's royal line. So doll of a curse-born child. I'm glad I looked that up. I should have looked that up earlier. Omen babies born of royalty do not have their horns excised, but instead are kept underground, unbeknownst to anyone, imprisoned for eternity. These memorial fetishes are fashioned in secret. Okay, this actually reminds me of something that was in the comments from you guys. So let me pull that up. From Elizabeth Cassidy. I cannot imagine that the Ern Tree... okay. I also find myself concurring that in regards to the nature of the Omen, that their nature is from a curse, overexposure to the Crucible, or a wrong done, rather than being a race, or of a race. That means that anything could become an Omen, from demigod to giant to human. So, Omen babies born of royalty do not have their horns excised. So, that would make it seem like, as you were saying, an Omen's not necessarily a race. It's just kind of like a baby born with these at least how they view it in the game, defects, as one could be born of royalty. So, being that's a doll of a curse-born baron from the Erdtree's royal line, that could be implying that perhaps Morgott is actually a royal, and perhaps one of their children. At least that's, to me, what that makes that sound like. But I'll be curious to hear what you guys say regarding that, but that's how that sounds to me. Fell Omen Cloak. A cloak of ragged fur worn about the exposed body of Margit the Fell Omen. Having slaughtered countless champions during the Shattering, the Fell Omen has become a horror to those who harbor ambitions for the Erdtree or for lordship. And I thought there were more from him, but I guess not yet. Do we look at the Briar stuff? Worn by Elimer of the Briar. The winding rusted iron briars are a mark of the guilty and typically indicate a sentence of death. Elimer murdered numerous instructors and merchants and was known as the bell-bearing hunter. That's a really cool outfit, actually. So I think if I remember correctly, Elimer's the one who took lordship, essentially. Let the word of the fingers guide you no longer, will I? No more. I shall not do it. I'm pretty sure that Elmer's the guy who took over the Shaded Castle, if I'm remembering correctly. Took charge, moved in, took names. All right, I think Gideon Ofnir is going to have something new for us here.
You. What is it?
Don't have to be so disappointed. Where should I go? What's going on here? What's going on here?
If you're heading to the Forge of the Flame of Ruin, in the snowy mountaintops of the Giants, you'll need to find the Grand Lift of Rold, beyond the Forbidden Region. Or go if you would. Take no heed of cardinal sin. The Two Fingers lost their purpose a long, long time ago.
A long, long time ago, perhaps. There you go. Oh, about the secret medallions.
Find the Albinoric woman. She hides in a cave to the west of the Laskia ruins, which jut from the mist-shrouded lake of Liurnia. She knows the location of the medallion's counterpart.
Alright, yeah, that was already one that I'd done. Okay, yeah, so perhaps the Two Fingers lost his purpose back from when it was the Fortified Manor. So it's interesting, though, that we've been following it for so long, if that's the feeling that is gotten for some people. Okay, so that looks like Melania, right? And you guys, some of you were telling me that you thought that this was actually Mikola. Hold on, where is... Oh, well, whatever. That looks like Godfrey. I want to find the one that y'all thought looked more like Mikola than Fia. Oh, God. Where am I going? What am I doing? There it is. So, this one right here, I guess to me it looked like someone wearing a hood. That's why I thought it was Fia. But I guess if that's hair, that wouldn't make sense, and Mikola would make sense, since it does look like a child, now that you mention it. So, you're probably correct that that's actually Mikola, and that would make a whole lot more sense for there to be a Mikola thing there, as opposed to Fia. Like, way more sense. Another thing was that people thought this was Radigan and not Marika, but I didn't think Radigan had that much hair, which is why I thought it was Marika. I'm pretty sure, at least that's the one that people thought looked like Radigan.
Greetings. Are you here for...
Okay, nothing new from Roderica. What about from you?
Well,
I took you no matter it's lay out your own.
Nothing new from him. Okay. Yeah, I didn't think I had anything. Let's see. How many of these do I have? It's not a key item, is it? It is, I guess. So 7. Okay, so now that I have 7 of these, I have a decent amount. Let's go ahead and go back here and get the stuff that I missed down here. Because might as well. We're going to the downstairs area finally. And what about you? Oh, wait, and shouldn't the Feli Lu be moving now?
Ash. It reminds me.
I thought that this was the point where she moves. If you completed all the other storyline stuff, which I have revolving around her. So, I'll have to check that on that. Creepus's black key crossbow and black. So let's look at that. Crepus, black key crossbow. Black crossbow featuring a long stock used for sniping. It has a very long range. Weapon of Crepus, who served the Two Fingers from the shadows of the Round Table as the head confessor. Oh man, what are they doing there? What are they doing, Two Fingers? So many secret factions here are doing secret shady things. Alright, and in this one, Assassin's Prayer Book. That technically took 3 to get. So you'd think that's probably pretty important if it's that locked away. Okay, so Assassin's Prayer Book. It can be given to a learned cleric to gain access to the following incantations. It's a prayer book of the Round Table holds assassins. So they have their own assassins here. Assassins Approach and Darkness from the Round Table hold that they've been using. So, all right. That is everything, I think. Just going to see if there's any interesting paintings. No. All right, I want to check on something. So supposedly, I think Nefeli Lu is supposed to end up at this point now in Stormvale Castle. So I'm going to check on that. So I'm going to do some quick cut stuff so you guys don't have to worry about it. Okay, wait a second. I can talk to Melina here.
Think not of the kindling. I shall see to that. All I ask of you is to make the journey to the snowy mountaintops of the giants, far above the clouds. I know I'm asking you to commit a cardinal sin, but it must be done to reach the path beyond. And that is the path I wish to travel. What is your mind?
Okay, so she's basically offering herself up to do that. So, all right. Thanks, I guess. Thanks. All right, I'm going to do some quick cutting now because I thought this was the point where these characters moved. Oh, indeed it is. All right, check that out. So Nefeli Lu is here. Same with Sir Kenneth Height. And I do wonder where... Oh, and there's the... whatever his name is.
It's been some time. I must thank you for your aid. I told Father I would be with him no longer. I remembered the vow I took when I first became a warrior, so many moons ago. This land is much like the one from which I hail. I will call upon the storm to drive away the foulness that has settled on the winds.
All right.
Again, I am Nefeli Lu, warrior. Some call me by the title of Lady, but I remain the same woman underneath, though I have now abandoned my former guidance. I cannot express how much you've helped me.
Ancient Dragon Smithing
Should you
Stone.
become Elden Lord, I would gladly lighten your burden.
Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone. All right, let's take a look at that. I mean, I need some Smithing Stone 7s, but here we go. Got the final one here for a normal type of scaling. So, Smithing Stone made by polishing a golden gravel stone. A scale the ancient Dragon Lord and hidden treasure of Fara Missoula. The ancient Dragon Lord's seat is said to lie beyond time. This stone slightly twists time, allowing the creation of a weapon capable of slaying a god. All right.
Farewell, fellow warrior. I will remain to summon the storm, but your guidance and your fight surely lie elsewhere. I will remain, but your guide surely lie elsewhere.
All right. And Kenneth Height's got to be pretty happy here, I'm guessing.
Ah, nice to see you after so long. Safe and sound, I take it, yes? Good. Ah, quite. I have indeed selected a new ruler. Lady Nepheli is strong and just, worthy of the burden of Limgrave's lineage. Such is the sincere opinion of I, Kenneth Height, no less. For the time being, I share command of the castle with my lady. But I plan on returning to my fort afterwards, at which time I can fulfill my old promise by raising you to the glory of knighthood. I hope it is just as wonderful as you imagine.
Okay, something that's worth talking about here is that Kenneth Height, remember how he was like trying to look for someone worthy of being a lord, and he's all about royalty and you have to be a certain title and all that? So the thing that's worth bringing up, and for those of you who finished the game and all that, you probably know the answer to this, but this is for people who haven't. I'm posing it as a question. How is it that Nepheli Loux is worthy of being the queen of this castle, essentially, the lady of the castle of Stormvale, when Kenneth Height was so all about finding someone royal? He's really like stiffy like that. So that is a good question that you need to keep in mind about Nepheli Loux.
For the time being, I share command of the castle, at which time I can, by raising, I hope it...
I do wonder if he ever goes back. I just know that this is how you completed her quest line.
Ah, you, is it? Haven't seen your mug in quite some time. As you can see, I'm the new lady's attendant. Freedom was worth squat. Besides, I like it round here. Lady Nepheli's still fair of heart and countenance.
Okay. I guess it's easier to just fall back into your old routines.
Still, I have the lady's trust, so I can loot all the corpses I like.
Oh,
I'll let
that's
you
what's
take
up.
a look at the goods if you fancy.
Wonder if he has anything new now. Bandit set still. Doesn't look like he does. Oh, he does. He has an ancient dragon smithing stone. So, just like she has. All right. I don't particularly need it right now, but that's,
Back well then.
I guess that's a good reason to keep him alive if you want another ancient dragon smithing stone. And I doubt there's anything over in this room still, but yeah, there still isn't. But there might have been at one point intended to be. All right, let me rest and see if anybody does anything new when I rest, and I'll quick cut.
I will remain, but your guide surely lie.
For that which time I raising, I hope it...
Okay, everyone seems to still be saying the same stuff, so okay. Cool. Well, that's awesome. So that quest line is progressed. I guess they did fix that. Or people just didn't know how to do it before, including myself. But I looked back in there and nothing happened because I was curious about it, so... okay, so there's two things I could be doing here. One is going over to this spot now. The other one is going to be going into Caelid. And I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and do some Caelid stuff now. So, you know, let's do it. Let's do Caelid. The Caelid ruins I might be able to handle now. The boss that's inside, which ain't my favorite. It's another double boss. I don't like the double bosses in this game. I can't remember if I actually said it during the Ordavis episode or not, but I feel like one of my issues with this game, and you know, as great as a game is or might be, that doesn't mean you can still have issues, right? So as much as I love this game, that doesn't mean I think it's perfect. And one of my issues is that I feel like the game is really designed with spirit ashes in mind, and the fact that you can summon them, and they're a pretty big presence. And I don't mind spirit ashes in the sense of, like, you know, more casual players or players who enjoy that sort of cooperative play, or just different ways to tackle enemies or whatever. None of that matters to me. I don't mind that. It's like, great, more people can play, and it's like a new element they try to introduce to balance, and you know, you balance the game that way. But they did balance it with Spirit Ashes in mind, I feel like, where, I mean, for one, it makes a lot of battles in the game can be pretty trivial if you're using the right Spirit Ash. So I don't think that's great. But like the Mimic tier, which you can get later on, it really just trivializes a lot of Spirit Ashes. A lot of boss battles, or just can completely trivialize them. But the issue to me is that I feel like a lot of the battles were balanced with the idea of you have Spirit Ashes and you should use Spirit Ashes, and that's where a lot of these double fights feel like. And obviously you don't need them. Like I said in the previous episodes, I've only ever used... Oh, seriously? I've only ever used Spirit Ashes in 3 battles in my main game, and one of them I'm certain for sure I didn't need it. The other one I honestly was just in a rush and didn't feel like dealing with the battle, and one of them I'm pretty sure I needed it without doing a million tries, which would be Melania. She's notorious enough at this point, I'm sure people know. But I don't like that. I feel like so much of it was balanced with that in mind. And the Ordavis fight kind of felt that way to me. It was, it felt like it wasn't really balanced for the level you're at, in a sense. Like, I felt like a lot of it was a true patience game, whereas on the flips, on like another side, like Ornstein and Smo to me feel like they kind of tried to balance those together. I just didn't feel that way about Ordavis and many of these double fights. They feel like they're balanced with the idea of Spirit Ashes in mind. So for me, that's frustrating because I don't like playing that way. For a lot of people, it won't matter. So again, this is just purely me. Luckily, it's nighttime, so these guys are asleep. Oh, I thought he was asleep. He seemed to be acting asleep, so it's... Didn't seem like a bad assumption. I'm just trying to get this fully explored, this ruin. Even though I don't think there's really anything in this ruin other than the cellar. But might as well double check everything. Yeah, although, like I said, I'm fairly certain of that. And also, looks like I didn't get... Right by that, there's another site of grace. Yeah. Something I have to do, too, is I still need to go through and beat some of the nighttime bosses that I haven't beaten. I should really do that and get on that. And decide when to start tackling night bosses. I'm sure, like, at least the ones in Limgrave I could pretty easily beat. In Liurnia, I should be fine for, too. So it's like, I'm not... the ones past that, Altus Plateau and all that, I don't know. But I'm not really avoiding it for the sake of anything like that. It's just... kind of just playing without thinking about it and planning for it. And it's like, oh, right, I should do that. That's really all it is, I guess. All right. I don't remember which one has the ruin that or the cellar that I'm looking for. I mean, I guess at least for the time being, I'm really, truly, fully exploring this. I thought it was by one of the guys who spews fire. I was pretty sure for the cellar I'm looking for. You know what? I guess I could hop on Torrent. That'll be a quicker way to find it. Yeah, I was pretty sure it was on the right side here somewhere. Like, that was what I thought I remembered. Because I remember running to it a couple times and dying, so like I had to do some fast run-throughs to it. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay. Had I not been here yet? Is that why I missed it? Oh no, I just missed it. Okay. Just because it's dark out. So, anyways, I might be a level at this point where this is like a fine and easy fight. And I actually never realized while I was playing... Yeah, this will be an easy fight. Also, I'm going to chug this just in case I die, so I don't have to worry about anything. You know, I think actually they don't have fire unless you're fighting them at night. I think that's actually something they add onto their weapons for nighttime. But yeah, this is a way more difficult fight if you're under-leveled or of the level even. I mean, maybe they'd be okay. I just might have not taken the time to truly get their movesets down. And that could very well be the case, but there's so many double enemies in this game. Or double boss fights. Cool. Enemy felled. Great. Double pumpkin heads is down. Yeah, there's many of these in Caelid. Alright, what have I got here? Visage shield. Sick. Wait a second. I haven't written down the shields yet in my item descriptions. That's another thing I have to write. Tricksome bronze shield depicting the face of a fire giant. Several tongues leap from its open mouth. The dreadful visage and burning flames are designed to remind one of the horror of facing a fire giant. In other words, this shield has an instructional function. That's cool. It sprays violent jets of fire from the tongues. So, yeah, perhaps that's saying something about the giants themselves and what? Oh, okay. Huh. That's random. I don't remember that being there before. Alright, Torrent, let's do this. Not gonna worry about those guys, at least not right now. I think I'd run that way, yeah, because I ran up there. And I do want to go to that minor Erd tree, so that's gonna be something I need to do as well. Which I feel is okay. I'm okay with. You know what I haven't done yet, actually, is I still haven't looked at a telescope. And they can be interesting to look at. Sick. Let's look at a telescope. Ooh. Now I'm realizing that this might actually help for finding where paintings are located, now that I think about it. Because actually, this is another painting I think I didn't find yet, was the one in here. Oh, maybe that's the ruin I was looking for. Now that I'm looking at it. For it. Well, alright. Good to know.
You. Please. I can read them. Your fingers. Please, your fingers.
Okay.
Oh, bless you. Are you one for festivals or flowers? To the south, a grand festival to make the stars turn. To the east, the hardened bud of a flower to be. But dare you enter into the heart of the scarlet rot.
Yeah, I think I have no choice. I guess you have a choice now that I think about it. You don't really have to go to the heart of the Scarlet Rot, but I feel I have no choice. Kita, he's got to do it, you know? He's all about that life. I'm just going to run through here because there's a Knight's Cavalry, and even though I said I wasn't going to be specifically searching out to do this, might as well do the Knight's Cavalry because it's right there. And then there's a couple dungeons that are right there I should take on, but let's do the Knight's Cavalry first just because I happen to know where it is. Oh, no. There we go. Ash of War Lifesteal Fist. Lifesteal Fist. Nice. Yeah, merchant down there. The Battle of Aeonia, or it's actually pronounced Aeonia, I looked it up, or Aeonia, Radon and Melania locked in stalemate, then the Scarlet Rot blooms. Thanks, Melania. Everyone appreciates it. We're all really happy about this Scarlet Rot that you cast on everything. Yeah, Stray from Caelid Highway North. I don't remember grabbing that on my main game. I'm sure I did, though. It's just more the name of it. I don't remember. There's some enemy around here, because I can't look back at my map. Thanks, map. Thanks, enemy. I just want to see my map. Great. So I can see if I'm going the right way for the Knights Cavalry. Maybe it's closer to this way. No! Let me look at my map, please. Please. I'll look at the Ashes of War in a moment. There he is. There's a nice cavalry. I didn't even need the map. How about that? This guy's got a nice flail. Maybe I should go to his left side then. Sure he's gonna love that. Oh, I wonder if sometimes I've been... You know what? Actually, I'm realizing I don't think I ever target these guys when I fight them typically. So I was about to say, like, maybe I screw up against these guys because I target the wrong thing, but then I'm realizing I don't usually target at all. Alright, you're gonna summon your horse back again. Okay, maybe you aren't. I mean, you were going to. I know you were going to. Ash of War, Poison Moth Flight. Alright, we got a couple new Ashes of War, so easiest way to find them will definitely be the quick sort. So, order of acquisition. So, first I got the Lifesteal Fist. The Cult Affinity. Skill that demonstrates mastery of the art of controlling vital energies. A slow controlled punch with an energy-infused fist that renders foes unconscious and steals their HP. Only effective against foes of a human build. Usable in Fists and Claws. Poison Moth Fight. Slash with a poison-infused blade. If the follow-up strike lands on a poisoned foe, it will deal significant damage. Oh, that's cool. It's like, I guess it feels like something that you would use, I want to reorganize this to how it was before, but it feels like something that you would use in lieu, like, or sorry, I should say on top of other things. Alright, wait. So there's that nomadic merchant right there, but then there's the one that I don't have the marker of, who's like right up there that I should go talk to get him on my map. Hi.
Again.
Did I buy anything from him before? Great Helm, Champion, Pauldron. I guess not. I'll buy that though, just so I have it. Get the Rotbone stuff. I would like to get all this stuff that they sell eventually. That'd be nice. Alright, let me just quickly warp here. Yeah, and then I'm gonna actually do stuff over here first. I guess I'll do it that way. So I'll go to that side and go to some jail caves and whatnot. Alright, or do I want to do the other one first? Let's talk to the nomadic merchant first and then I'll think about it.
Ah, welcome, dear customer. Yes, right this way. Right this way.
He still hasn't shown up.
Valued customer. Please, I'm hungry.
But do you have anything I want? No, you don't. That's why you're so hungry. Sorry. Now he's showing up. You know, actually, it is right here. I guess I'll go that way. It's mainly just that the dungeon isn't my favorite that's over there, but it kind of does make sense to do it that order, I guess. So, we'll do it like that. We'll do it like that. So instead, wait, did I ever go to this church actually, now that I think about it? I didn't. I skipped it. That was dumb of me. And there should be another sword lore here, right? If we're seeing this sword, there it is. Get out. I'm trying to read sword lore. Lord Godfrey, at last, at the end of his campaign, his golden armies unvanquished and unbowed, yet finds grace lost, tattered and faded. What? Lord Godfrey lost his grace? How did that happen? You know, this might have been why I didn't get invaded before, actually. Was because I think you probably have to do this invasion first. Before the one that's up at Mount Gelmir. Because it's Anastasia who invades you there. So I bet that's the case and why I didn't get invaded. So, yeah, that would make sense to me. Because I was seeing some people talking about why they think Anastasia might not invade sometimes. and if it has to do with like if you killed certain enemies or all that, but I think that's the case with specifically Anastasia at least. I don't know about the Vike. That one I think is glitched, but who knows? Maybe it's because I didn't do this one first. Who knows? Sacred Scorpion Charm. Alright, let's take a look at the Sacred Scorpion Charm. So the other one was Lightning, Fire, and Sacred raises holy attack power, but lowers damage negation. Okay. And, oh, wait. I forgot the Smoldering Church had a Site of Grace. Ooh. Missionaries Cookbook 3. Nomadic Cookbook 14. And a new Lost Grace. Nice. I don't think I can level up, though, because I'm so far away from leveling up. Okay, yeah, let's keep heading towards the Minor Erdtree. Hey, it's becoming daytime. It's dawn. Dawn is breaking. Yeah, this is going to be one of the, I think, more annoying avatars, because now we're going to start to see avatars that have rot or poison or stuff like that attributed with them. Yeah, you can see that these guys have it too. So, makes it a little more frustrating to deal with. You know what, might as well use this just so I don't have to worry about it. Yeah, I've actually, when I first beat this guy, this specific one, or Erdtree avatar, it was before I like went to Altus Plateau, so I might actually be overpowered for it. I really just specifically remember being super annoyed by the poison stuff that is spewed out. Yeah, I'm dealing some pretty massive damage to it, so yeah, there we go. That Scarlet Rot that I love so much that I just got blasted by. Crap. So nice of that pot there. Oh god, this could be bad, this could be bad, this could be bad. Yeah, even though I'm overpowered, I didn't play very well against it. Did I? Oh my god, really? Wow, that was sad, disgusting. Other words like that. So, the fact that I let myself die at that last one was pretty sad, honestly. Especially the way I died. Just sad. Sadness, man. I mean, if I die, I die, but that was just really dumb of me. Oh, great. At least I can get a hit in. Or I thought I could get a hit in. Trying to heal up Torrent here. Oh, I didn't realize that he did that. Crap. Whatever. I'll get a kill in anyways. Who cares? Oh, whoops. I'd like to heal up Torrent, please. What did I get? Green Burst, Flame Shrouding. Green Burst and Flame Shrouding. Okay, Green Burst. Temporarily boosts stamina recovery speed. And Flame Shrouding. Temporarily boosts the power of one's fire attack. Alright, Torrent, you're coming back to life. There is a dungeon literally right here, right next to me, that I will taketh oneth. And, oh wait, there's actually an item over there? I don't know if I knew that. Huh, alright. I was about to point out that you can't go over there, but that's cool. Let's get this. A cracked pot. Okay. For all of you using those pot playthroughs, you're welcome for pointing that out. You're welcome. Oh wait, there's something else over here. Golden Rune 1. That's all you need. All you need. Yeah, so you see what's in front of this, but I think actually, didn't I get it? Yeah, so to get there, you have to go from the Deep Sea Opher Well, and that's how you get over to that area. It's a whole bunch of battles that you take on, essentially, and eventually I'll go to it. I don't think I need to quite yet, but eventually I will definitely get to that. All right, dungeon time. Minor Erdtree Catacombs. This is one I had to come back to eventually because, again, I went to Caelid early, and this one was one that I was going to try, and I wanted to beat the boss here, but for whatever reason, the Stake of America wasn't working, which there was one. I was visually looking at it, and the effect didn't work. I don't know if that's something that's fixed now. I have no idea. Yeah, and I forgot that this dungeon is filled with those imps. Filled to the brim. But yeah, I could visually see the Stake of America, and it just did not want to work. Oh, whoops. So for this dungeon, the actual way out is going to be by going underneath and falling through there. Eventually. But we might have to open up the door first, but that's eventually where we're going to have to go. Okay, this looks like a very safe room. Oh, it's Scarlet Rot infested. That's fantastic. Eonian Butterfly. You know what? Actually, it's probably a room that you're supposed to fall in and go the other way from the looks of it. But let me just make sure that there's nothing here, which I doubt. Okay. Alright, let's just go on. That's okay. I'll come back to this one. I forgot that this dungeon was filled with Scarlet Rot. That's what makes this dungeon so fun, is all the Scarlet Rot. Everybody loves Scarlet Rot. Especially the people of Caelid. They loved it. They were like, oh, thank you for this gift of Scarlet Rot, Melania. Thank you so much for what you have bequeathed upon us. We wish you were our leader. There were actually some people pointing out, speaking of Melania and Mikola, last episode. So strange, gray power. Oh, no. Rykard heard hand things. If they are his alone, couldn't they just be remnants of when he used to be there in, this is in Lanedell, because I was talking about Rykard's hand things being there. It was only after the Shattering that he decided to be anti-Erdtree, right? Or maybe they're prisoners since found in sewer dungeon type areas. And Mad Danny West was saying that's what I was thinking. He used to be a royal after all. Yeah, that's definitely the case that it could be. I guess I took it to be that he probably developed that stuff, especially because it's considered blasphemous, those hands. Here, let me look at that weapon again, actually, so we can talk about this better. Looks like a finger. Shouldn't be that hard to find. So, cut from an ancestor, the Finger Creeper. Some life yet remains in this legacy of an ancient act of blasphemy. So, the Finger Creeper itself is considered blasphemous. So, and like the act of like making that sort of thing. So, that's where, I don't know. I mean, look, he could have been doing blasphemous things and starting his journey of blasphemy outside, right? Oh my god. He could have been doing it away from, from within Lanedell. It's not like he had to be at the Volcano Manor at that point. But I think he started doing his Volcano Manor stuff before he became blasphemous, at least in my mind when it comes to the timeline. And I could be wrong here. This is just what I think the timeline is. I think first he went to Volcano Manor. He discovered all the stuff there. He started his Volcano Manor. And he got a group of people around him. But, well, I guess he was blasphemous when he got the group of people around him. And then he went, like, further delved into crazy territory with something else that he's going to do, or did, with the serpent that we know a little bit about, but not much. This is why I'm not delving too much into it. But I kind of figured that while he's at the Volcano Manor, that's where he started truly doing blasphemous stuff, but I could be mistaken. Okay, so I know you fall down. I guess that falling down might be how you can come back up. So, nice. I'm glad I was able to get that guy. I don't think there's any illusory walls in this room, but I'm just double checking. Okay. Seems to be good. Seems to be clear. However, ward off Scarlet Rot. Fire is what they use to ward off Scarlet Rot. I'm warding it off. I'm trying. Why aren't you working? Why aren't you working? Using my fire. Oh, guess what? There's probably going to be some more ambushes in here. Seems like a room full of ambush stuff to me. Where's the ambush? Where is it? Oh, it's going to be a crab. Oh, it's going to be a crab. Okay. Hey, wait, where's the crab? Uh-huh. This definitely seems like a crab ambush room to me. When you see the crabs, you know to be prepared for a giant one. Alright, this is probably how I get back upstairs if I want to go there. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you know what I need to do? I really want to equip a different Ash of War. I'm getting frustrated with myself that I'm not. I think the one that I love that you actually get in Caelid, which is a front flip Artorias style move, which is so much fun with the greatsword. Ultra greatsword. But yeah. Oh, more comment stuff. As far as vitality goes, Just Fly saying 40 is fine. I have 28 vigor right now. You were at 26 wondering how you keep dying. I wasn't really wondering why, in the sense that to me it was just like, oh, I'm doing poorly. It wasn't like, I think it was just me getting frustrated, honestly, with myself. Imped Wolf. Okay. Let's take a look at that one then. Now I have 2 Impeds. How cool. Resembling a wolf, it holds trace amounts of lupine endurance. Does that make you do better at night? I don't know. Okay. Does it make you one with Professor Lupin from Harry Potter? I need the answers here. Grave Glovewort. How grave? Is that... for some reason I thought I saw lever, but that wouldn't make any sense. Oh, this is what I was seeing. Sacramental Bud. Thanks, buddy. Alright, that's gonna do it for this spot. No reason to drop down because I know exactly what's down there. I'm gonna go right back to where I was. That seems like the better plan to me. I wonder if I could just drop here. I guess, would have been sketchy. Wait, I guess I probably should have been able to survive, right? Ah, well, whatever. Whatever. Wow, how nice of you guys to try to ambush me. I appreciate the thought. Oh! And this one did. You managed to do it. Nice job to you. But at least I'm losing my Scarlet Rot while it's happening. So, that's nice. I really feel like there's something else here. Okay, the Steak America, now I'm seeing it in my top left. So, okay. I swear to God, it feels like there has to be some other item here I'm missing. I thought there was like a whole false dungeon part of this. Alright, let's take my medicine. It's on my Tuesday flask. Actually, today's filming Saturday, so it's on my Saturday flask. But it's coming out, the episode's coming out Sunday, so it's on my Sunday flask. Yeah, so this to me was pretty brutal when you're not of level. Again, another double battle. Caelid loves its double battles. It loves it so much, and that's honestly why I recommended coming here at a higher level. Granted, it doesn't matter so much if you're not like me and you're not stubborn about your. Look, I'm poor. I'm an idiot. I'm stubborn about. I'm way too stubborn about not using Spirit Ashes. If you use Spirit Ashes, I'm sure this is fine when you're at a lower level. But it ain't me, man. It ain't me, and I don't like feeling like I'm forced to use them. So I'd rather be overpowered. I'm sure you can beat them, and I was trying, but the reason that I ended up like giving up on them wasn't that I wasn't interested in trying. It was specifically that Steak America wasn't working for me when I played initially this dungeon. So, yeah, that was the sole reason. Mad Pumpkinhead Ashes. Shouldn't I have gotten that in the other dungeon? That would have made more sense when I fought 2 of them. Mad Pumpkinhead Ashes. Where are you? There you are. Asher remains in which spirits yet dwell. Spirit of a mad soldier with large brawny physique. Though he has stifled his panic within the dark confines of his helmet, he rampages as if driven mad when agitated by bloodshed or the humming of insects. This mad soldier is all that is left of a broken gladiator. A broken gladiator? Of where? Where were you a gladiator from, sir? I'd like to know. Because, yeah, typically dungeons have one item that you find, and then 1 item that you get for being the boss. And I didn't find another item in here, I don't think, so that's where I feel like I'm missing something. Alright, I'm going to try to go, I guess I might have time for another quick cave, and, oh, might as well level up while I'm here. Again, you know what, I'm going to do Vitality, even though I kind of want to do Intelligence, but I will give myself another Vitality to be smart, because of the coming boss I'm going to be fighting, and I know that I should do that. So, specifically for that boss. I wonder if, is there anything here in this little encampment? Let's find out. Shall we? That's what I want! That's what I want! He just did it! He just did my Spirit Ash I want. What if I got it for killing it? That'd be cool. I didn't. It's so sad. And I still didn't change my Spirit Ash. I'll try to remember to do it at the start of the next dungeon. What if you get it here? Give me that Spirit Ash. I'm not Spirit Ash. Ash of War. Give me the Ash of War. I want it so bad. I want it so bad. I want it so good. I think there's 2 dungeons over here, if I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure. Alright, what are you guys doing in this party? Let me know. Doesn't look like anything important is over here. But since I already started killing them, like, I feel like I gotta follow through. They probably don't feel that way, but I feel like I have to. Wrap this party up. Yeah, nothing. Nothing. Except for the satisfaction of having done it. Alright, there is one more of these guys. I'll take him out too. Oh god. I almost fell down, even though eventually I am going to be going down there, and that's my path. Hey, look at that. It's another one of those things. I wonder where it'll take me. Let's find out without using it, because they walk so slow. Even though I did tap examine. Why, could it take you over this way, perhaps? But in the worst possible route? Potentially. Uh-oh. I think I'm down to 2 Stone Sword keys now. I'll be fine, right? Right. Sure. Alright, I'm going to switch my Ashes of War. I'm going to switch my Ashes of War. I'm going to switch my Ashes of War. I'm doing this so I remember. Switch my Ashes of War. Let's see. Ashes of War. I'm sick of that one. Let's use something different. Thunderbolt sounds fun. Golden Slam. Golden Slam is kind of like a fun version of the Ground Slam. Lightning Ram. I did want to see what Lightning Ram did. So let's actually take a look at that just because I'm curious. Oh my god. Do you just hold down L2? No? Okay. I'm going to switch to Lightning just because I feel like that's going to be smarter. At least I can get some ranged attacks with Thunderbolt. So, give me that heavy. And should be good here for some... Yeah, cool. I'm going to do that. And if I remember correctly, I think this dungeon just has a ton of treasure chests. I think that's the start of showing that, but... You know, we'll see. We'll see. Unless that was just the one, because it's going to be rat infested and it's like actually a Runark dungeon. Wait, was this the jail cave? Okay. There's a couple jail-related things here. So, there's a couple. Oh, something, too, that I was thinking about. I meant to mention. Every Everjail has a specific name. Like, Malefactor's Everjail. This one is the Golden Lineage Everjail. This one's the Royal Grave Everjail. So, part of it could relate to who's in it. But part of it could also be that it relates to who created it. And I've been wondering about that. Then again, Golden Lineage one with Godfrey or whatever in it. I'm just saying whatever to what his name is. That one does feel like it would be like just because he's part of the Golden Lineage, so it's describing him. But that's something I have to start thinking about a lot. Another thing too that I was realizing is with the Fire Monks. It seems like why they specifically came down here, there's an item description about it, why you see them throughout Liurnia specifically a lot, is because they actually went to Liurnia to look for the guy who stole the flame which is he's the guy who's in the Cuckoo's Everjail, I think. He's in one of the Everjails. Regardless. Yeah, so this dungeon is fun in that it's just a whole bunch of jails that once you open them up, you just look through all the jails. That's what this dungeon is. So that's why it's the jail cave. This one's actually pretty unique, actually. So it's kind of cool in that regard. That's one of the more unique dungeons. You know, I can also kill these guys from behind while they're still in prison, and then I don't have to worry about getting ambushed by a whole bunch of them. Isn't that nice? Sometimes. I can do that, I guess. You know what? I feel like I should just straight run to them to open the jail, because I'm going to start looking through every single one of these anyways. Hey, there's a Stake of America there. Oh yeah, there's a whole bunch of these guys in here too, who seem to be like, they're basically, they feel like the keepers of this jail. So that's interesting, actually. I hadn't really thought about it before, but logically that makes sense since they're not in the jail and they're in the office spaces. Alright, can't do much of anything here until I... Hey, office keepers. I actually didn't mean to do that. I forgot that when I jump. Vulgar Militia. I forgot that when I jump, it doesn't do the swingy R2. I was hoping to do a swing R2 against them. And let's go up all the way, because that's going to be how I unleash the cages. Yeah, so I know I recommended going to Caelid later, but there definitely are dungeons here that are for lower level, for sure. Like this one. Yeah, it's kind of like Mount Gelmir, Caelid, and Leyndell are all like, which one do you want to go to? And in my design video, I talked about this issue when you do this sort of design where it's like, okay, you can go any which way first. It's hard to, it's not like bad, it's just a choice, right? When you make it so all of them are viable options, like the second half of Dark Souls. That's what I was talking about, was my Dark Souls design video. The beginning of the game of Dark Souls is designed where there really is a recommended path you should take. You don't have to, but the levels make it pretty clear. Or like how high level you have to be. And I feel like the beginning of Elden Ring is similar in that sense, where you should really go to Limgrave first, right? And then you should go to Liurnia. Actually, you should really go to the Weeping Peninsula first, and then you should go to Limgrave, and then you should go to Liurnia, and then you go up to the Altus Plateau, and at that point, that's where the question gets created of, okay, actually, now that you can go to... Wait, was that fall just going to be right there? Oh, yeah, I guess that was where it would have been. Huh. So, anyways, then after that, it's like, okay, you can go to Altus Plateau. You can explore Leyndell. You can go to Mount Gelmir. You can go to Caelid. And they're all viable options. And, Pillory Shield. Hold on. It makes that, like, case of, like, okay... Is it better to, like, then it makes it so you get overpowered for a couple of them. So it's like, do you make it so you can get overpowered, or do you make it so you have that clear-cut path? And there's not really a wrong or right answer. It's just like a different choices sort of thing. Pillory made to punish serious felons, used as a shield. Though made of good sturdy wood, it is only a makeshift tool and performs as such. Perhaps due to its use as a device with the guilty... with which the guilty were made to endure prolonged suffering, it raises vitality. That's funny. I don't think I realized before, but it's just one of those things that you stick your head and arms through, so. And you can pelt people with tomatoes with it from it. Medieval time, Renaissance fair stuff. Okay, I think this is the cave that we started in, and that's what I want to fully explore right now. Definitely looks to be, because this is the one I think I fell in. And yeah, got that. This is the other one where I was killing guys in, and actually, as it turns out, it looks like there's nothing. There's no reason to do any of this specific room, other than that little golden rune that did not matter. Okay, Well, at least it's explored. And that counts for something. Alright, let's go to this one, which I think is actually going to be the one that leads us back up. Yeah. So, I don't think there's anything for doing it, but I'm going to do it anyways, just because I want to see if that hole... Which, again, I don't think is the case, but I'm just checking to see if the hole over here that I fell through, there's an item on the other side if I hadn't run straight. Probably not the case, but let's find out. Okay, it's not the case. Here, I'll even double check. That would have been cool if there had been an illusory wall there. I kind of wish they'd done that now. Because that would have been like a really cool one that you wouldn't expect at all. I want stuff like that. Give me that. Give me that cool stuff. Okay. That room is good. Golden room 2. Hey, go back to sleep. What are you doing waking up? Sleep. Okay, that guy just looks like he's gonna stay dead. That's good. I saw that there's a cell up there I just ran past. Don't worry. Oh, you're trying to explode on me. That's not nice. Don't do that. That's all this is for. Just a bunch of dudes who are gonna explode and ambush you. That is the nature of this prison. Explodey ambushers, I call it. The prison. In fact, that's all that was in here. Just explodey ambushers. Thanks a lot. Ooh. Wazikashi. Alright, let's take a look at the Wazikashi. With all of the very few katanas that I have. Should be about here, I think, right? What? Is it not a katana? Alright, you know what? I'm gonna be good about it. Order of acquisition. Let's go. Wazikashi. Short sword with a tempering pattern on the blade, a weapon unique to warriors of the Land of Reeds. These swords are considered auxiliary weapons, yet one man is known to wield this weapon in his left hand while using a full-size katana in his right, a demonic swordsman known only as Okina, who I doubt is here. Stone sword key? Ah, hey, how about that? Got a stone sword key back. Now I think I'm at 3, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 3. Yeah, actually, you know what I'm thinking? Like, the good thing about having gone, if I decided to go this way instead first, would be that I could have activated Morgoth's rune. Or, sorry, gone this way. But, and kept on going through that area that I'd already gone through. Don't explode. Don't do it. You don't want to. You, though, you seem to want to. You're all into it. Suicide. Why would you do that? Don't commit suicide? Don't do it. Okay. Well then, let's move on to the new area. I think it's a new area, unless I just ran through here really fast. Rainbow Stone. I mean, there's a couple dead guys here, so that makes me feel like I had gone in here. Doesn't that look like an illusory wall? It does to me. It does to me. This looks like a thing for me to break through. All right. Break on through to the other side. Break on through to the other side. Thanks, doors. I knew you had my back there. Okay. Frenzied duelist. What you doing in this jail garden? I guess you found a new job. Good job. Congrats. After your gladiatorial days, I'm glad you found a new job. Hey, I said I was happy for you. Why are you tagging me like that? I'm trying to congratulate you on finding work. In this day and age, that can be hard. Does it not pay very well? I mean, that I can understand. That seems to be the case. Especially after all this inflation, am I right, guys? Let's talk about inflation. That's what this show's about. Oh, God. Actually, I might die there. That would have been really sad. Luckily it wasn't. Putrid corpse ashes. Alright, let's take a look at them. Putrid corpse ashes. Ash remains in which spirits yet dwell. These spirits appear some distance from the summoner. Though their movements are dull and confused, their low moans make them effective at drawing the attention of enemies. True death does not come easily for them. Sometimes, honestly, that's all you really need to make Spirit Ashes effective. As long as it can, like, draw the attention of enemies, that's kind of it. So, this is another one of those caves that has 2 entrances. I think you actually can jump up this way through, like, a series of craziness to get this. Regalia of Aokide. Aokide is where Elimur is from, or the Briar. That's that region. Treasured Sword of Aokide, a lesser long-vanished domain. The copper coloration is not to be confused for rust, but is a conduit for its wielder to move it by their will alone. Swords of Aokide dance through the skies. You know, I actually never used it, and now I'm really curious if this, I can't use it effectively. I don't have next dexterity. I always wondered if you could use their weapons the same way they do, by throwing it. Okay, maybe you could, but he's like, what do I do? Kita doesn't understand it. I need more dexterity and arcane. Aokai's dancing blade is its special effect. Infuse the sword with energy, then fling it forwards in a corkscrew attack. The sword continuously deals damage while violently spinning. So it sounds kind of like it, I guess. Oh, great. All right, now I have to reorganize this the normal way so I can find my sword. Man, for some reason I thought there was gonna be a site of grace down here, actually, by the jail cave. So yeah, I think you can find a way to get up here, but I don't know if I really have any reason to drop down. I mean, you can see where I'm at. I'm just right by the Third Church of America here. Huh. Why did I think there's a site of grace when it doesn't seem to be the case? Oh, well. Alright, let's return to the entrance then. Sad. I'm sad. And then that's going to wrap me up. So, next episode, I think I'm going to continue this Caelid bash. Hold on, let me talk about this when I get here so I can look at the map as I talk about it. And I'm going to rest at the site of grace here to wrap up to this and just leave this way through the jail cave. Seems to be a good point of interest in a sense, so where I can just easily back away and be like where I was. Oh, I hadn't gone there. I thought the cave was there, but I'm gonna leave the jail cave, explore this area down here, all this marshy stuff. Definitely gonna go up to this cave right here that I missed, and after that, let's see, I finished that, so. Oh, yeah, there's a dungeon right here that's pretty important in Celia. So I might do that Celia dungeon first. And then once I finish that Celia dungeon... Is that a minor Erdtree that I didn't get anything at? Or I never went to? After the Celia dungeon, I guess then I'll probably go over down here to Redmane Castle. I think that's how I'm going to plan to do this. Maybe I'll stop by here in between. Maybe. I'll decide next time I record. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it, and I will see you guys next time. Later, guys. Peace.